So I don't come on YouTube very often. I thought that I would jump on just because I'd like to practice engaging in new ways and hopefully contributing to people. And I have been feeling called to offer some free healing downloads for anyone that's willing to receive them using the energetic technique of Theta Healing. So today I wanted to actually focus on control. So just to back up a second, if you're new to my channel or if you don't know what Theta Healing is, it's basically a healing technique that uses meditation to put basically the practitioner goes into a meditative state, uses the theta brainwave to connect with both the person they're working on and the universe, to then witness and kind of command and bring in different energetic downloads of information into the person's energetic field so that they can let go of any kind of subconscious data that is no longer serving them or assisting them in a certain way. So we all have so many different belief systems within our subconscious minds, like so many like different programs running that we can often like take on in childhood. We can often take on from the world around us. We can have them from our DNA, from other lifetimes that we've experienced. And to our mind, we think that these belief systems are assisting us in some way. This is why we store them. So we think that this is the way in which to learn things, by holding on to this information. Yet what it actually does is it stops us from receiving something greater than what it is that information is saying. So it causes us to create our reality from going back to that reference point. And so it ties in very much to kind of polarity, the law of polarity. Often what will occur is we'll hold on to all of these different belief systems about one thing, but what we're actually trying to do by holding on to that belief system is learn the opposite thing. So for example, people can have beliefs around feeling abandoned, but it's through the feelings of abandonment they're actually learning how to show up for themselves or to be themselves or to love themselves, as opposed to needing an outside source to fulfill something for them. So what we do in Theta Healing is we'll bring in these energetic downloads of that you know how to do something or be something, like love yourself, from source's perspective, from the universe's perspective, so from the infinite intelligence perspective, rather than your own perspective or somebody else's perspective, without having to hold on to the, let's say, negative program in order to learn it, okay? So I wanted today to focus on control. Now, just one little other thing to mention. With Theta Healing, what we can do is test for the subconscious belief systems using kinesiology. So that is the testing of your strength of muscles in order to see what you know or what you believe to be true. So when you subconsciously believe something, when there's a program there that's running, what will happen is you'll have more strength, basically. So you can test yourself by standing up and saying yes, saying no. You do need to be well hydrated for this. And when you're well hydrated, what will occur is when you say yes, your body will often lean slightly forward. When you say no, your body will lean slightly back. Then what you can do is you can say the statement of the belief. So for example, like if you wanted to test the belief, everyone abandons me, or I am abandoned. When you say the statement with your eyes closed while you stand up, you'll rock slightly forward or back, and that will give you the indication of whether or not, if it's forward, you believe it to be true. If it's back, you don't believe it. And so this is how you can test your subconscious about what it is that you believe. And the funny thing about doing this is that you will often, like, in your subconscious mind, there will be so many different irrational, like bizarre points of view that you have that logically make no sense at all. And yet those programs can be influencing or running your life. So what I wanted to do was invite you to let go of some of that programming. And how I'll be doing that today is effectively just channeling the information that I get from the infinite intelligence around me, and offering you, basically kind of like being the voice for the universe and offering you energetic downloads so that you can shift a few programs. Now, all you have to do is say yes to receive it. You may feel something, you may not. Sometimes the energetic frequencies, from my point of view, it's a little bit like dogs, how they have an ability to hear things that we often can't hear. Sometimes the energetic frequencies are ones that are beyond what it is that we're used to, in a sense, feel. So we may not actually notice them in the moment, and yet, like you might wake up tomorrow and feel completely different, or you may notice in the coming weeks just that something has shifted. Now, what I wanted to focus on today was control. Something that I'm aware of from working with a lot of people using this technique is that often the thing that will cause them to not be able to heal or change something is the programs that they have around control. So what tends to happen when we've experienced trauma, and a lot of us have on this planet at this point, especially over the last few years, and the insanity that, has kind of occurred with COVID. What happens is when you experience traumatic things, your mind or your brain or your body will go into this place where you feel like you need to control everything and what you receive, because the unprocessed trauma will make you feel like there's some sort of threat outside of you that you need to defend or protect yourself from. So it basically creates this place where you'll often separate yourself partially or fully from your connection to the universe and everything else, in order to keep yourself safe. And yet that's not actually keeping yourself safe at all. That's keeping yourself imprisoned in some respect. So one of the things that I will be bringing in is that you have like sources, perspective, truth, awareness about different things so that you can shift those programs. But I will be starting with your connection to source, and that you can actually receive from source energy. Because what tends to occur, like when you go beyond, sometimes we can have the point of view that to receive anything is from something outside of us, when actually source energy, when you're willing to connect to source energy or the infinite intelligence of the universe, you're actually just connecting to more of you. So effectively, if you saw it as, I'll be witnessing this occurring, and, energy is such a, the universe and the energy is such an incredible thing. It's kind of like beyond time. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're watching this live or whether or not you're watching this after. It's kind of like it still can occur. So I'll be witnessing it in my mind occurring for you, and you receiving that shift. And if you're open to it, you may experience some change for the greater. So I just wanted to start. I'm just going to kind of connect to source energy for a sec. So just give me a second as I kind of tap in. And I'm just going to connect to all of you that are witnessing this throughout time and space. Okay, and we're just going to ask for you all to receive this with ease in whatever time frame you can receive it. Okay. So first of all, I just want to bring in that you have source's perspective, understanding, and truth about what true healing is. Okay. And that you know what it feels like for you to be able to heal anything from the space of ease without having to control anything in order to be able to learn how. Okay. So let's just bring into your subconscious mind that it's actually safe to heal. It's safe to change, and it's safe to receive from the universe. So anything that you've actually misidentified the universe as, let's just ask the universe to show you the truth about that. Okay. And let's just ask the universe to show you how to actually receive unconditional love from the universe and how to be that for yourself without having to fight or defend against any contribution that the universe can be to you in order to learn how. Okay, so can we show you the difference between your past and who you are, and show you that you can be you without your past? So everything that you're holding on to because you think it's a part of you, we're just going to ask the universe to show you the truth. There is a massive difference between who you are as a being and everything that you've experienced. Okay, so we're just going to ask the universe to show you who you are without your past, okay? And that you can allow any suppressed emotional energies to be released. So anywhere any of you subconsciously don't actually know how to release emotional energies or transmute them because you grew up in families that suppressed everything, can we just ask the universe to show you how to actually release anger, resentment, rage, fury, grief, sadness, sorrow, and any other emotional energy that you would like to know how to release? And let's just show you the difference between your emotional energies and other people's, and show you what it feels like to be aware of other people's emotional energies and their realities and their points of view without you having to encapsulate all of their energies within your body or within your energetic world. Okay, so let's actually show you that you can be safe and connect to others without having to duplicate their physical realities, and without having to duplicate their energetic realities, and without having to hold on to anything from your past in order to maintain that connection to them. Okay, so everything that you have decided will occur if you let go of control, can we just ask the universe to show you the truth about that also? And everything that you're afraid of bringing into physical reality that's already occurred, can we actually show you what it feels like for you to be able to choose something greater for your future without holding on to the past in order to learn how to do that, or without having to maintain control of your life, reality, and body in order to be able to do that? So everything that you are controlling that's actually controlling you into less, we're just going to ask the universe to show you the truth about it and show you a different possibility, show you how to actually relax and receive and transform and change without having to control everything in order to learn. Okay, so let's actually just, often what will occur is it's kind of like we will maintain control because we have the point of view that somebody else subconsciously is going to get control of us if we're not controlling. And usually the reason for that is because somewhere in your energetic world, they were controlling you. So often this occurs in childhood. You might have had a controlling parent. And as a result, it's kind of like you want to maintain control all of the time so that you don't go into that space where you felt like you didn't have any control. And so we're just going to bring into all of your fields that time is over now. So anytime you felt controlled by any other person, let's just bring in that it's over now. Let's show you that you can have relationships and love and have people in your life that you adore and that adore you without you having to be controlled by them in order to have it. Without you having to sacrifice your ability to choose in order to have them, and without having to be, so anywhere it's kind of like you're choosing to be controlled by others in order to feel safe. Let's just show you that you can be safe by being within your awareness and choosing for yourself without having to be controlled by others in order to learn how to do that. Okay. So anytime anyone tried to control you, anytime anyone took your power, anytime anyone felt powerful by having power over you, we're just going to ask the universe to bring in the truth of the situation and show you what it feels like for you to reclaim your power, for you to be the power of you without anyone taking it away in order for you to learn and acknowledge it. So let's just show you what it feels like for you to acknowledge the true power of you. And anywhere you are avoiding your power because you don't want to be the person that took yours, can we show you that you can be the power of you and allow yourself to transform and transmute anything that you need to transform and transmute without you disempowering others, without you controlling others, and without you being inferior to others in order to avoid being superior. Okay, so anything that you have decided, sometimes we'll maintain control because we've decided that if we don't be in control, we will actually have to experience healing in a way that's too overwhelming or too painful for us. Okay, so it's kind of like, again, it's like that avoidance of whatever experience may have been traumatic in childhood. Anytime you felt like, you know, the situation was too much for you, then you can create these like structures of kind of compartmentalizing that issue or that experience and those emotional energies, and then you can go into avoidance of it and need to maintain control of your life and avoid receiving and healing because you don't want to re-experience it. So we're just going to bring in that you know what it feels like to allow yourself to heal without you having to be overwhelmed or without you having to avoid any emotional intensity, trauma, or pain in order to be safe and to be okay and functional in the world. So let's just show you that you can actually allow yourself to be present with everything that is going on for you energetically or physically in a way that allows things to shift and change without you having to become more traumatized or re-experience trauma in order to shift it. So I know it sounds too good to be true and too easy, but it's kind of like even just saying yes and allowing something to release can actually change your world if you allow it to. Okay, so can we just bring in the awareness about all of the different ways you've been using control as a way of keeping yourself small? And can we just show you what it feels like for you to allow yourself to thrive, for you to love yourself enough to allow yourself to thrive? So what will often occur is we will maintain control in order to validate the way in which other people have treated us. So in a sense, if you were told as a child that you were wrong or that was projected at you, you can sometimes create all sorts of programs of needing to punish yourself or to keep yourself small in order to validate the way in which they treated you. So can we bring in, from Source's perspective, the truth about what you actually deserve? Okay? So anywhere you have taken on your parents' judgments or anyone else's judgments about who you are and what you deserve and what you can have and what you can be, Let's just bring in the truth about all of that and show you who you are beyond all of that, and how to choose beyond everything you desire beyond all of that, without you having to hold on to all of their points of view and their judgments and their projections in order to learn how. Okay? And let's show you what it feels like to live without and love yourself without seeing yourself through the lens of somebody else's judgment. Okay? So sometimes we maintain that control and avoid healing because we're actually afraid of the reactions that other people will have in our life. Because if you allowed yourself to change and transform and choose everything that you would like to choose, what can occur sometimes is that you will trigger people in your life stuff. If you have any people in your life that have not actually allowed themselves to choose and create what they could choose and create in their life, there will be these places and spaces where they will be judging themselves and they'll be angry at themselves, and they will have suppressed that. And what can occur is when you allow yourself to succeed or transform or change beyond their world, that can come up, and then sometimes they can direct that at you. Okay? And so if you're someone that's quite sensitive and aware, sometimes you can create this resistance to changing because it's kind of like you don't want to be, in a sense, attacked or hurt by the things that they're projecting at you. But none of that is actually about you. That's about them and the way in which they feel about themselves. And if you don't actually allow yourself to change and transform and have the journey of flow that you can have in your lifetime, you will actually be in danger of creating something similar within yourself, where you will become, as you age, you may become angry at yourself for not allowing yourself to choose the things that you could have chosen. So can we show you what it feels like for you to allow yourself to actually choose what you can choose, and to thrive and succeed and to heal and to grow and expand and be everything that you can be in this lifetime, without the fear of other people's judgment, vilification, without being demonized by others, without being blamed and crucified or attacked by others in order to learn how. I know that sounds really weird, but any point in time where any of that occurred for you, let's just bring in the truth as to why that occurred and show you what it feels like for you to live without making that personally about you, because it's not about you. It's about what they weren't willing to choose. It's about what they weren't willing to be. Okay? So it's a weird thing, but it's sometimes what can occur is within our worlds is we can have these points of view about honor and what we think honor is. And we can think that honoring someone is actually not allowing ourselves to be everything that we are because we don't want to trigger someone. And yet that's not actually honoring them. That's just causing yourself pain. So can we just bring in from the universe the source's truth about what honor is, and show you what it feels like for you to be honoring of you without you having to dishonor anybody else in order to do that, and also show you how to honor other people without dishonoring yourself or without becoming a sacrifice and a slave in order to be able to learn how to do that. Okay, so let's actually show you how to honor yourself without holding on to any anger, rage, fury, hatred for all of the times where you've dishonored you or been a sacrifice or given up your choice for others. Okay, and anyone that you've committed to not changing for, can we just, and I know that sounds like a weird thing, but we can have all sorts of different agreements throughout lifetime, spaces, realities, and dimensions that will often keep us from transforming or changing. So any that you're willing to let go of now, anywhere you've kind of like committed to taking someone on your journey, or they committed to being on your journey, and it's kind of like not working for you and it's not working for them, but you've got this kind of cord or this tie to them, and it's stopping the growth in both of your worlds. Can we just release the contracts, the oaths, the vows, the commitments that you've made to them or with them throughout time, spaces, realities, and dimensions to grow at the same pace? Okay, it's okay to actually allow yourself to grow beyond them, and when you do, you become this invitation for them to step into what it is that they can be. But if you're waiting for them to choose something before you can choose to have it because you've decided that it's selfish or wrong or bad to choose because they're supposed to choose it with you, you'll actually create a lot of toxicity and often end up resenting yourself and the other person. Okay, so can we just give you the truth about other people's healing and show you how to allow other people to choose to change and heal and grow and expand at their own pace, and that you can allow yourself to change and heal and grow and expand at your pace without it being entangled and entwined and without you having to go at the same pace as others. Okay, so let's just show you that you can allow yourself to change and transform and grow at the speed that you have the ability to do that at, without you feeling wrong, selfish, bad, or like you're hurting someone in some way. So we're just going to bring in the source's truth about what triggering really is. And anywhere you've decided triggering someone is a wrongness, let's just actually show you the truth about that and show you what it feels like for you to be able to trigger people into greater without you feeling like you're wrong or bad in some way. Okay. Okay. So I hope that has contributed to you guys. Hopefully you notice a shift. If you do, please do let me know in the comments. Sometimes it can be right away. Sometimes it takes a few days for your subconscious to integrate the new information, and you may find things shift over time. Yeah, and if there's anything that you would like me to do specific downloads or channeling around, just leave some comments regarding that also. So thanks, guys. See you later. Oh, actually, sorry, before I go, also, if any of you would like to learn how to do this for yourself and become a theta healer and learn how to transform not only your own world, but assist other people to transform in this way and really like step into your psychic capacities, I do offer classes in this, so you can check that out. I'll leave a link below this video. I have a class coming up in Melbourne in December and also one online in January. So yeah, feel free to check that out also. Okay, see you later.